So here I am at um, Veterans Memorial or Veterans Affair, and I'm wondering if any human has ever thought about. Did you know that we? I feel like we are basically um, like connected to like a wireless source, like a natural, might not be I don't know if it's natural, but like basically it's like every human is a center, right? Or is considered a center, or the origin of that universe or whatever reality he or she's experiencing. But what I'm getting at is like more like, I guess, towards interpreting its, what is it, a matrix? Well, what I'm getting at is that, okay, so there's a signal, right? There's a signal that's enabling you to be alive and enabling you to process your corporal senses, and well, basically sustaining your existence. So that signal, what is it like? What's the source? Or is this a forever thing where it's just like constant generating, right? It's like the chicken or the egg type thing. Basically, it's just a 360, right? Like circuit, and that makes your infinity or cycle, whatever. But like, it's an actual signal, dude. Like, you're just like wireless. And then I think about energy, how theoretically it can't be created or destroyed or something like that. It just is, right? I mean, you can channel it. So basically, like your mom or your parents like procreated a new current, no, or you're just like an extended current, right? Like you were already a current, or your parents were a current, basically a circuit, and from there you detached as a current. Like, I'm just imagining like a little electric or some current, a generative current, like detaching from itself to continue yours, basically, right? Because those are currents, bro. Like, you're alive, you're breathing, you're processing, you're registering, but there's a signal that you're processing, and that signal is basically the center or the origin of your everything, reality, universe. And another thing is, like, from my perspective, what I'm seeing is that every human, right? So every human every human that you see is a capsule. Like, they have a little circle around them, which is invisible, right? Which you don't see it. Nobody sees these little circles. I mean, spheres around them. And the reason why I say it's like a circle is because, like a bubble, is because of the omniverse, or the omnidirectional I guess you could say. I'm sure there's quantum like physics involved, but I'm looking at how it's a detached bubble among other detached bubbles. And the reason why I say detached is because your existence, or your bubble of existence, is not like just plattered, or you say, yeah, on a tape, on a reel of tape, where it's like processing already, like written, like how you're gonna react or respond, basically, which is like there's a detachment that's enabling you, or the reality, and it's enabling you among other like beings or other humans to make have free will to make your decisions, basically, right? While still experiencing and processing the same reality or the same universe, or you know what I'm saying, as an Earthling, or yeah, from the Earthling point of view. And so, well, what I'm getting at is that it's how I see this is, have you ever put on or wore those goggles, those augmented reality or AR VR goggles, and when you put them on, like on your cell phone, you're basically like Google Earth, basically like Google Earth. You have a center point and you're able to rotate the camera like 360, like the whole sphere. It's a 360 sphere, right? Like an omni lens. And so what I'm looking at is that simulates the center of the human being, from his perspective. Just more like, imagine that sphere having more inputs, like that center point, that center where it allows you to rotate around that sphere. As you can see, it's a sphere, so it's a bubble. But if you can input like more like inputs, like feeling, touching, tasting, to the origin, which may be like possible if it's enhanced for like human intelligence or some shit. What I'm getting at is that I'm just interpreting sometimes some wonders, sometimes I just sit and wonder these things, like just process through my mind, and you know how the brain goes. I mean, at least my mind, it's one question after the other, and then it just leads to like answering, and it basically like continues to build itself. And that's what I like about the mind. I mean, it's constantly trying to resolve or constantly trying to right, like solve shit. And so like one question gets to another one, and I keep like searching or answering, like mentally, I mean inwardly, and that's how I reach these questions or these like theories. And so basically that AR thing, VR bubble, represents a human. Now these are invisible, or I mean not invisible, but I mean it is invisible. I mean you can't see it, but it's basically what it is, because you don't stop being center of the universe. And whatever, I feel like sometimes whatever architect is going on, like it relates to like the planets. I mean, of course it does. I mean, there's a reason for the alignment, right? Now I'm an atheist minded individual, but I don't, which in other words, I don't believe like in a God or that's like watching you and like feel sorry whenever you feel sorry, or cries when you cry and shit like that, unless you're talking about yourself, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, like you're just projecting this shit. That's how I feel. But other than that, like that doesn't mean that there isn't an architect, you know what I'm saying? Or there might be an architect, but I wouldn't say like God or you know what I'm saying, like shit like that. Like you can tell I just see a program in the universe, and it's constantly under like it's revolutions, repetitions, and everything, absolutely everything involves cycles, like repetitive cycles. That's how you train, that's how you grow, that's how you learn, that's how you eat, that's all it is. Like breathing, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, other things that are like pulling, pushing, it's just that's all it is. It is. And it's the repetitions, it's repetitive, everything in work, and when you eat, when you smoke cigarettes, everything, when you shit, it's all just cycles, right? All the way to the fucking cell, bro. Anyways, so this is your bubble, and so basically we have a thread that is processing like a reel of tape, like a movie, kind of, not a movie, but like a reel of tape. that's a string that you connect to the bubbles that are gonna be humans or Earthlings. And so once you plug in that bubble, like we have one program here, and this is the Earthling program. You're gonna experience your five corporal senses as a human being or Earthling from the Earth perspective, right? Earth concept. And so now that thread, because it's already an existing program like universe, you're able to attach or transmit that signal from that Earth concept experience to separate individual bubbles, which results in the human origin or center, right? And so let's see. And sometimes I wonder, maybe there's, if I can just like separate, like, or break it down and like get to that string. I'm wondering like if there's other strings where like maybe it'll be like a different like side, like maybe there's life like in Saturn or in other planets, but like you have to like transfer or alternate that string. I don't know how those things go, but there's other like hosting avenues that serve that side of human research and development, human research, and whatever advanced communications or secure, maybe more like classified and deep research type shit. But it's just weird, huh? Imagine if somebody, I'm sure it already, I'm sure it is, like where if someone could like just like attach like a little scorpion and like sting like your bubble of existence and like begin like extracting and containing and like commanding your whole universal reality. Sometimes I feel like that may be like the case for some people, but it may not be. You just don't know. Then again, everybody's experience or reality is different, so I just wanted to share that. I don't know why. I want to see who agrees or what goes on.